things that poor people do that are keeping them poor. Number 1. Poor people play defense. If you were to play any game strictly on defense, what are the chances of you winning that game? Extremely low or none, right? And yet, most people play the game of money exactly like that. Their primary goal is not to win or to be at the top of the list, but rather not to lose. They just want to pay all the bills and stay out of debt. The problem with this strategy is that when your goal is to simply be above the water, that's maximum what you will get. Of course, some people are a little better than that. They save 10% of their income, invested in the stock market, and just hope that the stock market doesn't collapse, so that when they get old, they will have something to rely on. But until then, they will be locked into the comfort zone of a small paycheck. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that, but if your goal is to simply pay the bills, you will just stay wherever you are. If you want to create like real wealth, you should stop playing defense and start playing offense and shoot for the stars. As a wise man once said, if you shoot for the stars, you will at least hit the moon. Next, poor people do not value freedom. When I say freedom, I do not mean living in a democracy or not. Freedom means living the life that you want and not the one that someone else wants you to live. Doing what you want, how you want, and where you want. That's why you find a lot of people say, money isn't important. Don't make your life all about money. Or the most famous one of them, money is the root of all evils. And yet you find those people working all of their life from morning till evening for some pennies just to keep the bill collectors away from their houses. Doing the job that they wish they can quit. Not only because they hate their job, but also they probably hate their boss. And if they had the opportunity, they would quit the job. That's exactly why money equals freedom. So how do you expect yourself to chase money if you look at it as something negative? Rich people keep getting richer because it gives them even more freedom to do with their lives whatever they want. Number 3. Poor people work hard for their money. It sounds a bit controversial. Aren't you supposed to work hard for your money? Let me explain. What do most people do if they want to make more money? They work harder to get promoted. And if that's not enough, they might consider working overtime or getting a second job. The problem with this is that no matter how much you're paid, at the end of the day, your time is limited. And rich people perfectly understand that. So instead of working hard for their money, they let their money work hard for them. They look at money as a tool that can earn them even more money and not simply a piece of paper they can use to buy whatever they want like most people treat money. Of course, everyone will probably first have to work hard for their money, but it's temporary for the rich while it's permanent for the poor. Once you make enough where your money can replace you, you will have more freedom. Poor people focus on obstacles. One of my friends wants to start a chain of restaurants. In fact, he has been telling me that for the last 3 or 4 years. But every time I ask him why he hasn't started yet, his typical response is, I don't have the money and I don't want to get into debt. And that's the problem. Poor people are constantly looking for something to go wrong. In these 4 years, he could have found an investor or at least saved up enough to start.